This might be one of the best Marvel movies we've watched so far, but is it actually better than the Avengers? This movie is why I fell in love with Captain America.
So this is the type of movie that makes you want to work for the CIA or the IRS or something.
So you're with Hydra on this one.
Black Widow, in this movie, she proved herself. She's up there as like one of my favorite characters.
Oh, my favorite scenes in this movie. The opening boat scene, Black Widow and Captain America are having to be stealthy. That hand-to-hand I was like, Libby, get ready for this. That's what I wanted to see in the first Avengers.
I think it's better than the Avengers.
I'm your host, Aaron Haig, and with me is...
Your other host, Libby Collins.
And welcome back to Forget the Critics, the podcast where I'm turning my girlfriend into a nerd. Next, we are talking about Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And I'm putting this movie so high. This was amazing. This movie is why I fell in love with Captain America, why he is my favorite Marvel character. Okay, maybe I'm jumping the gun there, but he's definitely like top 3, if not the best. And I'm being so serious when I say this. I think the Captain America, the Winter Soldier movie might be on par with Iron Man 1 and the Avengers. So far.
Are those your other top movies?
Yeah. Like so far from what we have watched, Iron Man 1 and the Avengers are like super close. They're like right here, neck and neck with each other. And I think Captain America, the Winter Soldier is up there. Like,
I agree. I think
definitely
it's up there
in the ring
too.
fighting with them.
Yeah, it is.
And it's awesome. This is peak Captain America right here. This is where it starts getting good.
Yeah.
And this is what I wish we could have seen in the first Avenger.
This is the type of movie that makes you feel patriotic.
Seriously. It does.
Like, it actually does. Like, this is the type of movie that makes you want to enlist in the army.
That's what the first Avenger is supposed to make you feel like.
His first movie?
Yes.
Oh, I guess that too.
This was more of like a spy movie, like a thriller.
Facts. This is the type of movie that makes you want to work for the CIA.
Yes. There you go.
Or the IRS or something.
The IRS. There you go. Check that one out.
What is... I don't even know what that
is. The IRS are the people who just like collect your taxes.
I don't want to work for them. Okay. Next.
Okay. So the tone of this movie was more political. Did you feel that throughout the entire movie? Did you forget the movie already?
I'm thinking about the question.
Okay. The movie was more political. It was more of like a spy movie.
Wait, why do you say political though?
Because Hydra comes back, they infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D., they take over. Nick Fury was originally trying to make the helicarriers just for like precautional measures, just in case, a New York incident happens again.
I don't think this didn't feel political to me though.
It's not like political in the real world. It's political within the movie.
I don't think I'm.
So what would you call it then? Just a twist?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
this was like there's a rat in the box.
Yeah, political.
Is that political?
It's very political.
How is a rat political?
A rat's political because I mean the main villain, Alexander Pierce, he's supposed to be like the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's supposed to be the good guy, but he's secretly building a Hydra force within S.H.I.E.L.D., trying to take over the helicarriers to eliminate threats before they even happen.
Some would say he had good intentions.
How is that good intentions?
He was looking at the bigger picture. And in no way am I saying that I condone what he was doing, but...
So you're with Hydra on this one?
No, not at all. Not at all with Hydra. But I could see where he was coming from with, like, it's like you have to sacrifice some to save the rest.
Yeah, but how do you know that this algorithm is actually correct?
I don't know.
What if you just all of a sudden a bullet just came through my ceiling and just killed you because the algorithm looked at your past transaction history and was like, "Oh yeah, this girl spends too much on coffee. She's definitely going to become like a speedster in the future."
Yeah, wait, what were the targets? Like, what was the criteria for someone to even become a target?
Past transaction history, just like, I don't know, it just analyzes all your past behaviors and thinks that in the future you could become terrorist, a superhero, something, and
That's
then it kills
weird.
you.
Like, that's crazy that they were able to pick out. It wasn't it like 2 million?
Yeah, or a million maybe. I don't know.
It was like a lot
Yeah, it
of
was,
people where
and
they
it
were
was
like,
only like it was only North America where it started too.
dude, not even North America. It was like Northeast,
Yeah,
like the Northeast corner of the US.
but
That's insane.
supposedly it was strong enough to kill people like Banner and Captain America,
Yeah.
which I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think so. I think they're indestructible.
You think Captain America's indestructible
No. Well, like he like kind of is, but
most of the time?
yeah, like he picks and chooses.
Okay. Well, all right. I want to talk about my favorite scenes in this movie.
Okay.
The opening boat scene when Black Widow and Captain America are having to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it so much because I just get to see how strong Captain America is. He's like kicking people off the boat. You know, he's knocking people out with one punch.
Yeah, he was so cool. He was so cool in this movie.
And then you see him have that fight with that soldier at the end, and it was like really good hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. And like he took his mask off to do it and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that was.
I don't know what the point of that was either. I thought that man was going to be a more significant character than he ended up being.
Yeah, that was all like a setup.
Yeah.
They were speaking Russian though.
Yeah, and once again we didn't have the subtitles turned on.
Yeah. We had no idea what they were saying.
They probably said something that would help us a little bit in our conversation, but that's okay.
Maybe.
I liked the boat scene too. Like, you're right. Very good combat scenes.
And then when that grenade was thrown in there and Captain America grabbed Black Widow and she shot that window open before they dove in.
Bro, I think she grabbed him.
Nah, she totally did.
No, I'm telling you. Someone fact check me. I'm pretty sure she grabbed him, jumped up in the air, boom, and then they dove through the window.
She did not grab him.
I think she grabbed him.
He grabbed her.
I don't think so.
And then they jumped, and then
Maybe
she
I
shot
saw
the
it
window.
Maybe I saw it wrong because I remember thinking she grabbed him, and I was like, "Holy cow! Like, how did she just lift this huge man off the ground like that?" It would make more sense if he grabbed her, or if he was like also jumping. They grabbed each other, I think.
Yeah, sure.
They embraced.
That's funny. Okay, but I want to ask you about Bucky.
What about Bucky?
He's back.
Back in Black.
Yeah.
You know that song?
I do.
Bucky, when I could tell it was him, even when he still had that bottom mask thing on. I said something to you. I was like, is that Bucky?
Were you not surprised? Were you glad he was back? Anything at all? Or
I
just not really care?
Well, I didn't really know how to feel about it because I was like, how did he go from literally being like Captain America's wingman in the first movie to then all of a sudden he's trying to kill everyone?
Do you have a theory on what happened to him?
Well, didn't it kind of tell us what happened to him?
Sort of. But you're wondering why he's so strong. Do you have a theory?
Did they try to replicate the super serum that Captain America got?
Do you want me to tell you?
Not really.
Okay. That's why I'm asking you, like, what do you think?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You
that is
think
what
he
I
has a
think.
super serum in him?
Well, because didn't they call him a super soldier?
Yeah.
So that, I don't know. That made me think maybe he had something similar injected into him as what Captain America had.
Yeah. And he's brainwashed.
Yeah. Because he didn't even remember his name, right? When Captain America said, he was like, they had this moment in the middle of the road after fighting for a little bit, and Captain America looks at him and he's like, Bucky? And Bucky's like, who the hell is Bucky?
Yeah.
And he's like tweaking out. He's going crazy.
We'll figure that out soon.
Okay.
There's another Captain America movie.
Really?
Yeah. Captain America has 3 movies. Iron Man has 3 movies. Thor gets 4.
Really?
Yeah.
And are they all 4 in the bottom 30?
Well,
just kidding.
I don't know if they're all in the bottom 30 because there's only like 30 movies. But
oh wait, yeah, the bottom 30. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know where. I know his 4th movie is really, really low. But I don't know. I think his 3rd movie is everyone's favorite.
Well, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Okay, but Bucky, he's super, super fun in this movie because we actually get to see a good match for Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
That hand-to-hand I was like, Libby, get ready for this.
Yeah.
Was that like mind-blowing?
It was.
You know?
It's probably like the best we've seen so far.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to see in the first Avengers. I wanted to see fighting like that.
Oh. Were you disappointed?
In the first Avenger?
Yeah.
Like Captain America's first movie.
You were disappointed by... Well, I feel like he still had some like fighting scenes though, but I guess not as good.
Not as good. I mean, when he fought the Red Skull, that was terrible fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That was like one of my main complaints is like the fighting was horrible.
That actually was horrible.
But like we actually get to see 2 super soldiers having a good fight. And we get to see how strong they actually are.
You're right. It was perfectly matched. I'm gonna kind of, unless you have a topic you want to get into, I was gonna say something about Bucky. At the end of the movie, when he has that big piece of metal kind of trapping him to the aircraft and Captain America lifts it off him and whatever, they fall down into the water.
Yeah.
He rescues Captain America and just leaves him on the riverbank and then walks away, and then we're left with no information about him after that, right? Like, yeah, it just moves on. I'm curious to see if that is ever explained or if we ever get like
why he left him.
Yeah.
In the next,
why he saved him.
Why he saved him?
Yeah.
Because this is just from what I can gather from the movie. Like, obviously, I know why, but from this movie's standpoint, he keeps saying, like, Bucky, I know you, Bucky. Like, you're my best friend. I'm not. And then at the end, he's like, I'm not going to fight you. You're my best friend. Mm-hmm. And then Bucky just, like, repeatedly, like, starts hitting him. And then he's like, you're my mission. And then Steve is like, okay, finish it off then. And then he, like, pauses. And then they fall. And then he ends up saving him. And from just the facts that the movie gives you, I believe that it's because Bucky, for one, even though, yes, he's brainwashed and he's a soldier, if you're sitting there and someone's telling you that you have a name, you used to, be best friends, you used to be like a different person, and you don't know who you were before that, all you know is someone's just been giving you orders and telling you to kill people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have any, like, memories.
You don't have any memories
life before then.
Yeah. And unless the brainwashing was for you to only care about killing, then I would sit there and be like, who is this person and who am I? Mm-hmm. Like, maybe he's lying to try and get me to stop killing him, but I want to figure out who I actually am.
Yeah.
And since Hydra, the people who are brainwashing me, are all dead, it's like, why would I still kill this guy? I might as well just go figure out what's going on. And so then he saved.
Do you think he had the mental capacity to think like that, though? Because he seemed a little bit like tweakerish.
He did. I don't know. I like to think that. That's just my complete theory.
Yeah.
I like to think he had the capacity to, but I mean, they literally zap his brain to erase his memories. So yeah. he could be mentally fried.
He could be.
But yeah. I like Bucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
He would be cooler if he wasn't like fighting the good guys, but
Yeah, that's okay. We in the next Captain America movie, you'll learn more about Bucky.
I feel like you just spoil things when you say that.
That's not even a spoiler.
Yeah, but you're like implying something, so.
Bucky dies in the next movie.
Okay, shut up. Okay, let's get into
you
Black Widow.
spoil things yourself anyway on your phone, so.
Let's get into Black Widow.
Because you already knew that Bucky wasn't dead. Because you were like, oh, by the way, I just saw Steve fighting Bucky on TikTok. And I was like, come on.
Let's get into Black Widow.
Okay. So I have some elite supporting characters written down. One being Black Widow, and two being Sam Wilson, who we just get introduced to, and that's the Falcon.
You're calling Black Widow a supporting character and not a main character?
This is Captain America's movie.
I know, but I feel like she deserves more than that.
Okay.
Actually, maybe not.
The assistant main character.
And nah, you don't have to do all that. That's too extra.
Okay. Do you like how much they were rizzing throughout this movie? They were kissing and...
Okay, the first time they kissed, when they were on that escalator, I understood it, she was like trying to disguise them from the SHIELD people looking for them. So that, I think, was valid. But at the end of the movie, when she kissed his cheek, that to me felt like she was just kind of leading him on. Like, what is he supposed to think of that?
I actually can't remember why they even do that.
Yeah.
What's the point of it? I don't know. But they're good buds. They're good friends.
Yeah. Like, they're a good duo. I don't know if they should be, like, romantic with each other, though.
And throughout the whole movie, it's really funny. Kind of the only comedy we really get is when she's telling him different people to call to go on a date with. Like when they're throwing people off the roof or when they're just fighting, she's like, oh, what about this girl from the hospital? Or like, oh, what about this girl in accounting?
Yeah.
That's the only comedy we really get. But
he keeps being like, nope, can't handle that. Nope.
Yeah. And that girl that he has to go on a coffee date.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken on like the relation, but she is related to Peggy.
Yeah.
It's either a daughter or a niece. I can't remember.
And
he asked her out on a date.
And she's his neighbor.
Yeah.
And she works at SHIELD.
She was supposed to protect him, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish they would have given us a little bit more with her because she seemed interesting.
She's basically like a Peggy 2.0.
Yeah. But she had like 0 screen time and
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think you learn anything more about her.
I think they could have done a little bit more with her is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. They completely forget about her, by the way.
Okay, that's okay. I don't care.
Okay. Did you like Falcon?
Yeah, he was so cool.
Really?
Yeah, super cool.
You just like the humans, don't you? The humans that can fight.
Yeah, those are my favorite characters, are the ones where it's like just a normal person, but they have some sort of gadget or some skill or something that makes them above every other normal human. Mm-hmm. Those are the coolest people.
So you'd probably like the Batman.
Maybe. I've never watched it.
He's basically like Tony Stark.
Okay. Well, we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Black Widow, I feel like I hadn't focused on her much really in the Avengers or anything, or even in Iron Man 2, whatever. Mm-hmm. But in this movie, she proved herself. Like now she's up there as like one of my favorite characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did have a lot of things written down that she does. Like she's a really good agent.
Yeah. She like mastermind.
Yes.
Very smart. Mm-hmm. It's so cool how she can hack into all these computers and
computer.
Ooh. And
almost unlocked a vocal stem right there.
Yeah, almost. I have self-control though. But no, and her fighting skills are very, very good too.
She did a lot of things that was super impressive. Like when she had to watch Captain. I don't know if she watched Captain America put the thumb drive in the vending machine, but she just knew, and she got it. She hacked into things. She was able to track things down, and she's like super sneaky. Like in the end, when she had put that weird virtual face mask on and pretended to be that secretary girl.
Yeah. Where was the real secretary?
Dead.
Oh, do you think Black Widow killed her?
No, we have no idea where she is.
No, I agree though. Like stuff like that just showed her intelligence and stealth.
And her fighting is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny is the human superheroes in the MCU are like the main characters who we actually see kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Like Iron Man kills people, Black Widow literally shoots people, Nick Fury shoots a ton of people, all the SHIELD agents shoot people, but like Captain America just kind of knocks people out.
Well, that's because he doesn't really want to kill people. Or at least, isn't that his thing?
Yeah. We just assume he knocks people out, but I mean, he could be punching hard enough to kill people. But I mean, who else? Thor. We don't really see Thor kill any humans yet. I mean, he kills like...
Well, I think we saw Hulk kill some humans.
Oh, yeah, Hulk probably kills people too. But the humans are the ones that just kill the most.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting.
But yeah. Okay. What else do I want to talk about?
Whoa. I see you scrolling past so many good things.
The twists?
Yeah.
You like all the twists in this one?
Let's talk about the twists. Okay, first of all, when Nick Fury... I almost called him Nick Fury. When Nick Fury died, I was like, no way. He's actually dead. But then when he came back to life, I was like, oh, no way. He's still alive.
Marvel likes to do that a lot.
Yeah, that was interesting. And I didn't realize Nick Fury had all these... He's like a sleeper fighter, you know? When he was in his car, he had all these little things going and all these gadgets. Like he got out of a whole ambush by himself with a damaged vehicle and a broken arm.
That was funny too, because when he was driving the car, he was telling the AI, he's like, start driving. He's like, sir, we have to reboot or something like that. And then he was just saying a bunch of different things. And then in the end, he was like, call Agent Hill. And then the car was like, communications are down. And he's like, well, tell me what is working.
And it was like, the air conditioning is at 100%.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
That was funny. I also like the part where he's like, give me the wheel.
Give me the wheel.
He's like, let me do this myself. Yeah, that was cool. I actually like to see that out of him because I got a little sussed out by him in the Avengers movie. And I was kind of like, maybe he has some fishy intentions. But no, in this movie, after that whole car chase thing happened and he appeared in Steve Rogers' apartment and he's like, don't trust anyone. I was like, something big is going on. And yeah, it was a little bit confusing to understand the whole, like, half of S.H.I.E.L.D. was apparently Hydra.
Yeah.
But it was like, it made for a very good twist.
It's because I think Howard Stark had hired some scientists and then they slowly built within. And then Alexander Pierce was kind of like the main guy that was controlling everything. And their whole purpose was to use those helicarriers. So, and even in the beginning, Captain America didn't like the idea of them, even for what Nick Fury, was trying to do with them. He was trying to use them just for precaution, but he's like, so you're just holding every human at gunpoint at all times, just in case?
Yeah, Nick Fury is like, you know what? One day you're gonna follow a mission. Like he said something like that. Like something to try to justify it. And I like that Captain America, he didn't back down. You know, he stands very firm in his values.
He does.
I really like that, actually.
The Captain America movies are always super, super political. Like, this whole movie was built on politics. The first one was sort of. This next one is even more built on politics.
Well, I feel like that's a given because he's Captain America.
Yeah. But that's one thing he always does. He stands on business.
Yeah.
He never backs down. And I'm so excited to watch this next movie because this next one, I don't know like how it's viewed between the public, but I know that Jaden and I one time in an airport argued about it for 3 hours straight.
Bro, that's insane.
Because in the next one, they make you choose two sides. The story is written where you choose two sides, and it's awesome. I don't know when I think it's in phase 3 though, so we kind of have some movies to watch before we get to that.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Awesome. Let's see if there's anything else awesome. Oh, let's get it. Okay, I have more critics. I have more criticism on the Captain America, the Winter Soldier movie. I don't know why I keep saying the Captain America, the Winter Soldier movie, but I have more criticism that we should debate about. Even though this movie is loved. People love this movie. Mm-hmm. But here's some things that people do say. The Winter Soldier is underused, which is Bucky. So people think like maybe he should have talked more or had like more screen time. What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess he could have. Like, I'm not opposed to the idea of it, but I feel like everything he had was good. Like, the build-up to that climax of, like, fighting between him and Captain America, I think was good. I wouldn't say he was underused.
I don't either. I don't think it was a problem at all. I think he was in there enough. I never was there a moment where I was like, dang, I wish Bucky was on the screen more.
Mm-hmm. I feel like him not being there a ton adds to the mysteriousness of him.
Exactly.
Like, I think you kind of need that.
And for him to not be talking as much, he has to be mysterious because then it makes you wonder, like, what happened to Bucky? Why is he like this? And it's more of a bombshell. Mm-hmm. And it makes a greater impact on Steve, too.
Yeah.
Which is super important for the next one. Man, I love how much this lines up. It's my favorite thing about Marvel movies is like, as we're watching these movies, I'm starting to realize, and like once we watch everything, and because you're watching them so close together, it'll all feel like one thing. Mm-hmm. But it feels like from the very first movie, Iron Man 1, that this entire process was thought out and everything correlates.
Well, I mean, a lot of it probably was thought out from that very first movie.
But you know how crazy that is? Like 40 some movies from the very first one.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, some of the first movies that we just watched in phase 1 connect all the way to Endgame.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's like a 20 movie difference, but it's all thought out and correlated.
Yeah, and it spans across years.
Yes. And like Doomsday coming out, they're like a lot of the movies that we're watching are important to watch to know what's going on in Doomsday.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome.
It is very cool because it's such a huge like series, I guess you could say.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so important that Bucky is as mysterious as he is. And the brainwashing makes it so he doesn't know who Steve is, which makes it important for the next movie.
Yeah.
Because Steve acts the way he acts because of this movie.
Yeah.
So that's going to be super fun.
It's all part of the plot.
It is. So I don't know if this is a good debate because you weren't really sure if the politics were too heavy, but some people say that the politics and the dialogue is too heavy. There's not enough fighting. Not enough actual like superhero moments.
I disagree.
A lot of it's Black Widow and Captain America kind of just being like on the run behind the scenes, being spies, trying to like figure things out. I think it was a twist. Like it was not a normal superhero movie.
Yeah, I think it was cool to see what they did when they weren't actively fighting.
Yeah. I thought, and I didn't think the politics were too heavy because it added to the story. I mean, you didn't even notice it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not enough superhero moments, which I thought it was just fine.
I thought so too. And okay, wait, this might be like very, very stupid, but I was just kind of thinking this. We might have to cut this out because I might sound so dumb. But like when all of this is going on, why isn't Nick Fury reaching out to like Iron Man and saying, "Hey, Iron Man, we've got a big problem here in wherever they were. Were they in like Washington D.C. or something?"
I don't know where they were. I feel
like they were in D.C. because remember we saw the Washington Monument.
Oh yeah.
Like, why doesn't he reach out to the other Avengers and say, "Hey guys, there's a big thing going on right now. Like, I need some assistance because you're telling me like Thor could have been wiping people out. Iron Man could have been wiping people out."
I think that's the problem though. Is Nick Fury didn't want to engage so many people.
Well, he should have.
Yeah, fair.
I think.
Fair, but also at the same time, do you think if Nick Fury called Tony Stark and was like, "Hey, we really need you," do you think he'd be like, "Oh yeah, sure, Nick Fury, I'll help you, sure"? Or do you think Tony Stark would be like, it's below my pay grade?
If he knew that Hydra was overtaking S.H.I.E.L.D., I do think Tony Stark would come help.
But Tony Stark doesn't have any relation to Hydra.
Yeah, but he knows about it though, doesn't he?
He does know about it, but
because of like all the Avengers stuff.
But it also takes away from. This is supposed to be Captain America's movie.
I understand that. I understand these guys all have their own individual movies, but I'm just saying, like, what if?
What if?
I'm not saying yeah, whatever.
There's a Marvel show called What If, and it's like, it's all about, trying to think, what's a, for instance, it would be like, what if Captain America never got the super serum?
Well.
And that's what the show's all about. It's like, what if Iron Man never was kidnapped and brought into that cave? Do you think this movie is as good as the Avengers and Iron Man 1?
I think it's better than the Avengers.
Do you think it's better than Iron Man 1?
No. Iron Man 1 is literally my top movie.
Do you think it's better than Iron Man 3?
No.
So Iron Man 1, Iron Man 3, and now Captain America?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. It's insane. What would you rate this movie?
Probably like an 8.9.
8.9.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 9.1 out of 10.
9.1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty high rating.
I think it's not or I think that rating's a little bit below the Avengers, which is fair. But yeah.
I want to see more Avengers movies. Because I think that's just what I like to see is I like to see everyone come together.
Next week we have another one.
Great.
We have Guardians of the Galaxy next, and then we have the Avengers movie. Oh, which, speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the actors for one of the characters, the actor is Neytiri from Avatar.
Yeah, I knew that. She's the green girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that'll be fun for you.
That's cool. She's a good actress.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I think Scarlett Johansson is the number one paid woman actress. And then I think...
Really? Because I thought it was this girl. What's her name? Like Zoe
Saldana or something?
Yeah.
I think she's number 2. It's
really?
Either one.
Wow.
Maybe, yeah, it's either one. I can't remember. But I think they're very neck and neck.
Maybe one day I can be number 3.
Better get started. Gotta lay bloom.
Wow.
Okay. Me. All right, well... Okay, guys, that is our Captain America, the Winter Soldier review. Let us know in the comments if you agree with anything we said or if you disagree with absolutely everything we said. Which, that'd be surprising, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to turn that notification bell on so then you can get more content from us. Thank you guys for watching, and
we'll see you guys next time.